Welcome to this install guide for Sony Virtuoso. There will be a couple of prerequisites for Sony Virtuoso on XP. So please note that Windows Media Player 9 or above and Visual Studio 2008 Service Pack 1 should both be installed before Sony Virtuoso. Go to your internet browser and in the address bar type https://connected.sharefile.com. You should be presented with a login box. Enter your login credentials supplied to you by Connected. Once you have entered your permission set, you can navigate to the Software Downloads folder. Here you will be able to download all the recent versions of the software. Once downloaded, locate the software Virtuoso version 3.3 and double click on the software to install it. Accept the terms and click Next. This will start the installation process. Click OK. You will now be prompted to accept the directory of the installation. Click on the pictured button to continue. Any software version conflicts that appear, you can just click Yes to. There will be several of these. Once Sony Virtuoso has installed successfully, click OK. We can now run the update patch. Find the patch called VirtUp 1133B and double click on the software to run it. When the patch has installed, the software will open a registration box. You will need to obtain a registration code from Connected. Once you have your registration code, you can apply it to the relevant field and then click OK. The software now registered will open. Now that the software is installed, you will need to configure the settings. Press the keys Ctrl, Shift and F10. We will start on the Seat Numbers tab. You can select student seats and delete them, then simply type in a 3-digit alphanumeric combination to the relevant geographical location. These alphanumeric digits must correspond to the student seat numbers within Soloist. We're now going to move on to Student Control tab. We will check the radial button, Student Software reads this PC. We need to type or browse to the Share Sony Data folder. We can also check the box Display Teacher Login dialog at startup and also the Show All options for student stations when exiting. We can now move on to the VoIP tab. Here, check all the boxes down the right hand side. Once that's done, we can move on to Sound Card Source Control. Within this tab, Select the WAV in device and set the recording format to 44/100 Hz. This should be in stereo 16-bit. All the inputs should be set to microphone. Default Folders and File Casting tab. Browse to your Share folder. And in the bar for Default for opening files, browse to the Lessons folder. And in Default for opening videos, browse to the Videos folder. And for default for collecting recordings, browse to the Recordings folder. We want to check the box, Show Create Composer Sequence, and also ensure the default Collect As option is set to MP3. We're now going to move on to the Others tab. At the top here you can add your institution name, which will appear on the header bar of the software. In the Passwords tab, enable Password Protect the configuration. You can now click on the OK button. After you have OK'd all the prompts, the software will need to be reopened. You will now need to enter the teacher's name to log in. On the control panel, click on the User Options button. Here we will configure some additional settings. Check the box Sound Tone for students upon recording start. We also want to check the Leave Intercom on when moving student to student. Once you have done this, simply click OK. We will now have to enter the configuration settings to save this. Press Ctrl, Shift and F10 and enter the password SANS only. Click on the OK button on the right hand side. It's now saved to the settings. We can also set the volume control settings in the same manner. On the control panel, click on the volume control button. You can now set the volume of the control to a desired volume. Once set, you will need to access the configuration settings again. So press Ctrl, Shift and F10, enter the password SANS only, and save by clicking on the OK button on the right hand side. Now you'll notice when you reopen the software, the volume controls are where you set them. That concludes this guide. Thank you for watching.